let me know that you are in the house. And also let me know that you can hear me and see me. Hello, loves. Hello, hello. Amazing. Okay, let me just can hear and see you. Amazing. Thank you so much. Um, da, 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 da. Let me accept everyone. Okay. Whoops, I accidentally just denied that. That was an accident. All right. Hello, everyone. Please let me know in the chat where you are tuning in from. I realized I asked this question on the first day and I didn't really ask it again. So I would love to know, where are you tuning in from? Wales, Bulgaria, Florida, Texas. Amazing. South Africa, Wales. You guys are amazing. Hello, France. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get my butt to France soon. That group offer better be launched by Feb. Is there a workbook for today? Yes, you guys, there's a workbook. Workbook and a custom GPT. Okay, the workbook and the custom GPT link, I just dropped it in the chat for you guys. So just grab that it's in your email as well. And it is in the Facebook group. All right, it's in the Facebook group too. The custom GPT was glitchy because of the outage yesterday, so I hope it's working. But I'm just dropping it again so that it's there for the new people who are joining. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to day 2. I would love to know, what was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? I'm just letting some more people in. There we go. What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? I know some of you posted in the Facebook group, but I like to just ask the question again. I like reinforcing things if you haven't noticed yet. Mindset is everything. Amazing. I agree with that. Mindset is so, so important. Be back soon. No worries. That is absolutely not a problem. As long as the tech problem isn't on my side, I'm sorry to say, but I'm happy. Money is safety. Yes, focus on one problem solution only even if I have many things to sell. Oh, how blessed I am to have you in my life. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's get everyone in. Amazing. Okay, so welcome to day 2 of the 120K offer bootcamp. I'm super excited to have you here. Today we are going to get into the nitty-gritty, which is defining your ideal client workshop. This tends to be the work that people don't enjoy doing. It tends to be the work that people like to skip over. But this is some of the most important work you will do in your business. And I hope by the end of today, it will be super simple for you. You'll understand how it works. You will have clarity around how to speak to your ideal client. You will know exactly what to say to emotionally resonate with people. That's a big thing. So there's quite a lot that we are going to cover. You have the workbook and the GPT to help you. But even if the GPT is glitchy and it's not working, I will be here and I will use my brain to help you. Okay. I promise I will be here. And also there's going to be a homework thread where you can do all of the homework in the Facebook group and you can actually get my feedback on everything. Oh, we've got someone who's struggling to join. It seems that the waiting room is glitchy. Okay, she's in. Amazing. So let's get going. Reminder again, I just dropped the workbook inside of the chat. Please download the workbook and then open it from your computer. Otherwise, it's not going to be fillable. So it is a fillable workbook, but you have to download it and then open it up from your computer. Otherwise, your work doesn't save and it's a big pain in the ass and you guys are going to be super mad at me. So please download first and then open. You know the drill. So today we are doing the Define Your Ideal Client workshop. There's a super awesome bonus for you at the end of this, which is 24 ways for you to talk about your offer. Any offer that you have. Yeah, of course I can share it again, no problem. There we go. So any offer that you have, I'm giving you 24 ways that you can talk about the offer if you stay until the end of this training. So this can be used for any offer. It's used to build demand, desire, and to sell your offer. It's 24 different angles. That means you can literally have content for 24 days to sell your offer. Actually, for an entire month, because a lot of them you can break up into different pieces and split them into different pieces of content. So that is coming at the end of this session. And tomorrow we have the social success setup. I highly recommend that everyone is there. I'm going to be sharing some incredible things that help me literally grow my audience by hundreds in weeks. And then I want to remind you that we've got the prizes as well. I'm not going to go over the prizes again. You can take a screenshot of this. It is also in the Facebook group. But I did get a question around when the winners will be announced. The winners will be announced on the 30th of November. So even if you are watching the replays, you can still go and do the homework and earn the points so that you can qualify for some of these prizes. And then again, what you have to do is like, comment, share, engage, interact, and do the daily action steps inside Facebook. Inside Facebook, there will be dedicated threads for you to do the homework. I post them after the session. So at the end of the session, give me like 5 to 10 minutes, then the post will be up for you to do the homework. From today, there will be feedback on the homework because we are, like I said, we are getting into the nitty-gritty of it. We are going to start really putting things together. So what I'm doing Friday and over the weekend, I'm doing feedback on the homework for today and tomorrow. So make sure that you get your homework in those threads. All right. All good. So the first thing we are talking about today is the one thing you want to be known for. And this is super important. This has to be your biggest takeaway from this entire session is what you want to be known for. And there was an article in Forbes that said experts who are known for one clear topic or transformation are 7 times more likely to receive referrals, collaborations, and consistent leads than those with vague, multi-passionate positioning. And this comes directly from Forbes. And this means that you need to become known for one thing. And I'm going to give you some examples. And of course, we are going to work this out for you. But what does it actually mean to be known for something? So I'm known as a group offer strategist. People know me as the group offer lady, the one who helps you create and scale your group offers, right? So what happens when people in a Facebook group ask about anything about group programs or group offers or moving away from one-to-one clients to group cohorts or group programs? People tag me in it. I get dozens of tags in Facebook groups and posts because of this. People who are asking questions or doing market research ask, or they tag me in those posts because they're like, she does group offers. They know me as someone who does group offers. It's very easy to go, Jonel, group offers. It's so simple. And that is what I want you to do. People need to easily understand what you do because then you will start getting people who tag you in posts on Facebook, who send people your way. You'll start getting referrals. You know, in Facebook groups, people will start talking when people ask about your area or zone or your zone of genius or the topic that you teach or coach on. People will tag you in those posts to come and give insights or advice and tips and tricks around those things. And that is how you are going to build your authority. So, and this means your name comes up in conversations even when you aren't there. I've had people reach out to me saying, XYZ told me about you. And I was like, I don't really even know who that is, but thank you. You know, and people say things like, I've been following you for years and you are the one that does group offers or whatever it may be, email marketing, helping heal trauma, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you help people teach, you need to make it easy for people to understand what it is that you do. And that is how you go from being a nice to have to a must have. And I'm going to be honest with you, 4, 5, 6 years ago, it was a lot easier to get clients by being vague and general and broad because there wasn't as much competition. The online industry wasn't as busy as it is now. You need to be really clear and rooted in your area of expertise and make sure that people know you for that thing if you want to stand out right now. And I'm going to give you some examples of entrepreneurs, like really high level entrepreneurs who you might know. For example, Jasmine Star. She's known for social media. She's got a social media membership. That's what she sells. Alex Hormozi is known for scaling offers and his $100 million offer framework. Marie Forleo is known for B School. She's built an entire brand around B School. Denise is known for money mindset for women in business. Amy Porterfield, digital courses. It's instant. When you say the person's name, it's like Amy Porterfield, digital courses. Stu McLaren, memberships that scale. Erin, she does personal branding for online entrepreneurs, so she's known as the branding lady. It's very easy for people to understand what they do and what their expertise lies in. And you can do that even if your niche is intangible, even if you do work that requires like healing or connection or relationships or mindset work, whatever the case may be, you can make it tangible. I have hundreds of clients who are in the intangible niches, and I help them make their work tangible so that people can actually envision what it would be like to get that result. And that is very important for you to do. You need to learn how to make your work tangible so that people can visualize the end result, even if it is in something like relationships. And we're going to talk about that, of course. But the first thing we are going to do is I've got a little action prompt for you, and I want you to complete the sentence. You can do it in the chat, but remember, I will be giving you feedback in the Facebook group where I can actually sit and we can go back and forth if it's needed. It's difficult if it's in the chat here, but I want you to do it in the chat just for me to be happy and for you to do the work. So let me just let someone in here. There we go. Okay. When people think about, I want them to think of me. When people think about creating scalable group offers, I want them to think of me. And this can be used for an example. When people think about having a better connection with their animals, I want people to think of me. When people think about attracting the love of their life, I want them to think of me. When people think about building a thriving membership, I want them to think of me. When people think about growing their audience on Instagram, I want them to think of me. When people think about Facebook ads, I want them to think of me. So I want you to fill in that blank. And then we've got a second statement, and I'm giving you two because I want you to practice saying this in different ways. And in your workbook, you should have spaces where you can do this as well. So the second one is the transformation I want to be known for is. For example, the transformation I want to be known for is helping coaches shift from one-to-one work to scalable group offers. Can you guys see how that is really easy to understand? It is really easy to visualize. It's really easy to conceptualize what I am saying. What I find a lot of people do is they say things like, I help you heal your inner child and rise into your power as a divine feminine woman to conquer the world. No one knows what that means. It sounds beautiful. It sounds fun. Like I'd read a book about it, but no one knows what that means. You need to learn how to be clear in your messaging. Because if someone reads a sentence like that and they're like, what the fuck does that mean? They aren't going to buy from you because they aren't going to go and do the work to try and figure out what it is that you sell. Instead, they'll go to another person who is clear but who does the same work that you do. Okay. And I want you to think if you've had clients before, if you've done any networking things, or you've had sales calls or discovery calls with people, or people tag you, or you've, whatever the case may be, think about what are they saying to you? What are they thanking you for? What do your testimonials say? What are the end results you help people get? Let me just let someone into the waiting room. There we go. And like I said, there's going to be a thread in Facebook where you can do this. And I'm going to give you some examples again. When people think about launching or growing a membership, I want them to think of me. When people think about growing and monetizing their email list, I want them to think of me. When women think about balancing their hormones to feel more fit and energized, I want them to think of me. When women think about losing weight after giving birth, I want them to think of me. When moms think about cooking delicious meals that their kids would actually eat, I want them to think of me. What I see a lot of people do is they sell the vehicle or the transformation or the process. And people don't buy processes or methods or modalities. They buy the end result. Let me just open the chat and have a little look-see because I'm too curious to leave this. When people think about speaking authentically off the cuff and making it a real human connection, I want them to think of me. That's beautiful. I love that. Amazing. Okay, keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. I will just drop the GPT and the workbook in there in case anyone's missed it. Okay, so that is your anchor message. And inside the Facebook group, there's going to be a thread. It is at the end of your workbook as well, where I want you to go and write your anchor message. And as I said, please don't be vague, general, or broad. The goal with this is to get you as specific as possible so that people know exactly what it is that you do. And you've got the GPT to help you and me. You've got me too. Okay, so now we are going to go into the section where we are going to define your ideal client or your niche. And this is the part that most people hate. I know, raise your hand if you're like, ew, niching, ew, yuck, gross. What is that? I don't want that. Okay, the reason for that is most people in this industry teach niching in a way that is absolutely fucking bonkers. Like, sometimes I look at niching advice and I'm like, what is this? What are you teaching people? But there are two ways that you can niche. Option number one is niching by the who, and option number two is niching by the problem that you solve or the transformation that you provide. Okay, so I'm going to go through both of these, but before we do that, the purpose of a niche is for you to help the right people instantly know that your offer or your work is right for them. A niche isn't there to limit you. It's not there to make your work smaller. It's not there to box you in. It's just an entry point for people to be like, oh, wait, I need exactly what she or he is offering. And it helps you create an offer that is clear and convertible. So one thing, and I see this a lot from people in the industry who are making a lot of money and who have a really big audience, and they are usually the ones who are bashing having a niche. And it's funny because a lot of them I followed from the beginning, and most of them had a niche to start out with. Most of them did not start broad and wide like they are now. They started with a very specific niche that led to one very specific outcome. And they aren't going to say that to you because they want to tell you what you want to hear. You don't need a niche. That sells. It sells. They talk about being multi-passionate and not being boxed in. And then people buy their offers, not realizing that it's not right for where they are in their business right now. So we are going to fix that. Let me let someone in. Okay, so option number one is niching by the who. This is the kind of niche that's all about the identity or the life stage of your ideal client. And it specifically answers the question, who is this for specifically? And it works really well if the transformation that you provide is tied to someone's identity, their life season, or a very specific experience that they've had. So, for example, helping women over 40 lose weight in perimenopause. So, the niche would be women 40 plus and they'll be perimenopausal. The reason why this is a who based niche is because of the stage of life that they are in and because they are women, generally 40 plus. Their problem might be weight gain, hormone-related body changes, so they've got hormone imbalances and they don't feel good about themselves. And then it works because their identity, which is currently a perimenopausal, oh my goodness, that was hard to say, perimenopausal woman, directly shapes the challenge that they are experiencing in their life right now. And from that, you create a solution for them. And as a result, when you go into your content and you start talking about, them being perimenopausal and they are gaining weight, and no matter how strict they are with their calories and they've cut out wine and they've cut out pizza and chocolates and all the good things, the weight just isn't shifting. And they feel tired all the time and they've got headaches and, all these weird things that are happening. If you speak to that in your content, they're going to be like, hell yes, this person is speaking exactly to me. This is exactly the problem that I have. And as a result, they are going to want to buy from you. They are going to pay attention to you. So some more examples could be supporting new moms with postpartum recovery. Supporting new moms with postpartum recovery. So the niche would be postpartum moms. The problem is maybe rebuilding strength, healing, and body confidence. Their body just went through a massive change, so now they maybe want to lose some of that baby weight and they want to feel good in their body again. And it works because of their life stage. It defines what kind of physical and emotional support is needed and language that connects. Again, if you go out and you work with this type of woman and you say you've recently had a baby and you don't feel good in your skin right now, you feel like you want to lose some weight, you don't feel like yourself, you want to rebuild your strength and have more energy, blah, 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 it is going to resonate with that person. Okay, and then here's another one for neurodivergent entrepreneurs who want to build sustainable businesses. I've got a friend who runs a very successful business in this. So the niche could be ADHD, autistic entrepreneurs maybe. The problem is building systems that work with their brain and not against it. And this works because their identity influences how they process. Their brain literally influences how they process, plan, and operate. So the way other people teach business strategy might not work for them. But when they know they are ADHD, for example, they know normal business strategies don't work. So they go and work with someone who specializes in people who work with people with ADHD. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? So you will choose a who-based niche when your client's life experience, body, and identity. Just let everyone in. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at this waiting room. So when your client's life experience, body, identity, or stage of life directly affects how you help them, when language, safety, and relatability are crucial, and then when who they are makes a big difference in how the work is delivered, that is when you will have a who-based niche. Now, the more common one in the online industry is niching by the problem. So this is a more solution-focused way of niching. It answers the question, what problem does your offer solve, regardless of who it is for? I'm going to give you an example. I help entrepreneurs create scalable group offers, and I don't only speak to moms, for example, because I offer a solution. So I help them shift away from one-to-one or done-for-you work. As a result, I can work with service providers, coaches, mentors, strategists, consultants. I've got people in my programs who do website design, branding. I've got an equestrian. Like, I've got so many different types of entrepreneurs because I solve a problem. It's not based on who they are. It is based on what they want to achieve. So like I said, an example of this could be helping service providers, coaches, mentors, whoever, scale from one-to-one to one-to-many. Your niche then would be service-based business owners. Like for me, it's people who want to have an online educational business or an online coaching business. The problem could be that they are burnt out from an unscalable business model. And this works because it doesn't matter who they are, whether they are a coach, a designer, or a strategist, the challenge is the same. The challenge that they are facing is the same. They are capped at their income because you can only do so many one-to-one sessions until you are completely exhausted and burnt out. And they want a more leveraged business that is more scalable and sustainable. They want to work with more clients. So that is what it looks like by niching by problem. Another one could be helping entrepreneurs get started with email marketing. Email marketing can be taught to any online business owner, solopreneurs, content creators, course creators, strategists, any service providers. Everyone needs an email list. So it's a problem that they solve. So the problem would be they don't know how to start or grow an email list, and you solve that problem for them, and anyone can join the program or work with you who wants to start an email list. It's the same with helping entrepreneurs build profitable memberships. Anyone can start a membership. And when I say anyone, guys, and when you think that your work is not valuable enough, on School, and I will post this in the Facebook group, on School, there's a membership that does like over $10,000 or something the last time I checked, that teaches people how to create a poop scooping business. They literally teach you how to build a business to go pick up dog shit, right? So please do not tell me that your work is not valuable. And I'm laughing at it, but I mean, it's actually brilliant. So, no, yes, I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll post it in the Facebook group. I thought it was so funny. And they make like something ridiculous. I can't remember if it was $10 or $15 or $20,000 a month. A month. Yeah, that is crazy. It's insane. So whenever anyone tells me that my work isn't valuable enough, I swear I'm going to send you a screenshot of that. Okay, so when to choose a problem-based niche is when you want to work with people from different backgrounds who share a common pain point or goal. When your method is proven to work across different niches, industries, or life stages. So like for me, for a scalable group offer, to help people create a scalable group offer, you don't need to be a postpartum mom to do that. That's not my, like, I help solve a problem. And then when your offer is process driven and clients are best defined by their challenge and not their identity. Like I said, the identity is when they are in a certain life stage or transition period or they had a life experience. But for this, it's about a challenge that they are facing. Like I said, with the group offers, people are tired of doing one-to-one and done-for-you services, and now they want to attract more clients and have a more leveraged, scalable, and sustainable business. So I solve that challenge. I solve that problem for them. So what we are going to do is we are now going to choose your niche lens. So step one is to ask yourself, does the identity of the client change how I help them? If it's yes, you are likely best served by a who-based niche. If no, you are great for a problem-based niche. Step two, answer the question, the people I help are struggling with, and I help them. So for me, the people I help are struggling with one-to-one and done-for-you work. They are burnt out and exhausted. They've reached an income cap. They can't scale any further. and I help them create a leveraged business that's sustainable and scalable through group offers. And then number 3 is to choose your content angle. So if your niche is who-based, your content should spotlight the identity and normalize their experience and speak to their life stage struggles that they are facing right now. And if your niche is problem-based, your content spotlights the pain point and highlights what's keeping them stuck, and you show them the result. We are diving deeper into these things tomorrow, specifically content-wise, but it's just something I want you to keep in mind. So you aren't picking a niche, you are picking a message. You know, niching is not about exclusion. It's about connecting the right people to you, your offer, and your work. And it's just a starting point for your message to land. Like I said, eventually when you've got all the authority and the brand recognition and you are speaking on stages and people know immediately who you are, you can sell anything. You can do anything and it's going to sell. But if you are still under 10K months, you need to hone this in. So instead of picking a random like avatar, what if you just get really good at articulating either who you help and why it matters, or what you solve and how it changes their life? And that is all you really need. And from there, your scalable systems become really simple when you know exactly who you are talking to. This is inside of the workbook as well, and it's going to be in the Facebook group too. So your action step here is to write out the 2 potential niche statements. So I want you to try who-based and problem-based and see which one feels the best. So a who-based example would be, I help new moms rebuild their strength and confidence after giving birth. An example of the problem-based would be, I help service providers and coaches who are burnt out from doing one-to-one and done-for-you work launch, grow, and scale their signature group offer to serve more clients and increase their income. Again, you can take a screenshot of this if you want, but it is in the workbook, so you can find it there. Okay, now we are going to get into my ideal client diagnosis framework, and I'm so excited because this is where you are going to start getting really clear on how to talk to your ideal client. But with that, I want to start by saying that vague avatars don't sell. And this is what people teach in the industry. Actually, yesterday I saw a post where someone like taught this framework and I was like, what the fuck? What? So you've probably heard advice like create an ideal client avatar, give her a name. Think about what she loves. She loves yoga and oat milk and wants more time freedom. You don't need to know that. It's useless. You don't need to know her coffee order. You don't need to know what's keeping her up at night. You don't need to know what she's scared to say out loud. You don't need to know you need to know what she's scared to say out loud, and you need to know what drives her decisions consciously and unconsciously. And I'm going to show you the difference. So the old way of people teaching niching or ideal client work is you give them a name. So her name's Sarah. She's 35 years old. She lives in a city. She wants to lose weight, but she works full time and she's a mom of 2. So what? So what? This is not going to help you create messaging that sells, I promise you. What you want to do is your ideal client, yeah, maybe her name's Sarah and she's 35. But that doesn't matter because her name could be Rebecca and she could be 32 or 40. More importantly, she wants to lose weight, but what she's feeling is she dreads getting dressed because nothing fits. So she's pulling clothes out of her closet, trying things on, and nothing fits. She feels gross in all of the things she's trying to wear. She feels embarrassed getting dressed in front of her husband. She skips social events because she doesn't want to be in pictures. She doesn't take pictures with her children because she doesn't want to be in those pictures. She's tried 5 programs in the last year, but always gives up by week 3. She secretly believes her body is broken and that it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And she doesn't just want a bikini body, she wants to feel like herself again. She wants to be able to get in pictures with her children and not feel like she's an ogre. You know? So once you learn this, and we are doing this in the session now, you can speak more clearly to your ideal client in your content. And you will know what language actually lands with them. Just see. I just want to see the chat. Demographics are useless to me. Absolutely. Everyone always says, know the demographics of your ideal client. My ideal client, literally, they have no demographics. I've got clients all over the world, all ages, all genders. Like, it's useless. Okay, so let's get into the framework. The first thing we are going to define is the external problem. So this is what they are trying to fix on the surface. And I want you to think of this, and you've got space in your workbook to fill this out. So maybe like do it while I'm talking. So what is the thing that they would type into Google or say to a friend? Like, what is that surface layer or that external problem that they have? Maybe they are Googling how to lose weight after having a baby. They are typing it on Instagram, on TikTok, all the search engines we have. How do I sell my course before I launch it? How do I feel good about myself again? How do I make money online? How can I get more coaching clients? How do I grow my Instagram without reels? So essentially, I want you to think of this as the door they walk through, but it's just the surface. These are the surface level thoughts they have about the problem. It's the external problem that they have. Then step 2 of this is the internal problem, and that is what emotional toll is it taking on them. So these are generally the things that they aren't saying out loud, but that they feel. So they might feel like they are a failure. They are ashamed of how far they let themselves go. They might be thinking, everyone else seems to get it. Why can't I figure this out? Am I just stupid? If I don't fix this soon, maybe I'm not cut out for this. And this is the discomfort that drives action for people. And like I said, I don't poke pain points ever, but it's really important for you to know these things, to know how your ideal client is feeling internally and the emotional toll it's taking on them. Like, I know for my ideal clients, it really depends on, because I've got different ideal clients. I've got people who are very new in business who come into Scalable Offer Academy, and I've got people who have one-to-one clients, but they are burnt out and then they want to create a scalable group offer. So I know for my ideal clients, they are exhausted. They wake up in the morning dreading opening their laptop because they can't face another day of one-to-one client calls or doing work and sending revisions to clients, and clients not being happy with the work or asking for reworks and things like that. I know how my ideal client is feeling and the emotional toll it's taking on them. So in your workbook, in the workbook, I'm pushing you to think of 10 things. The reason why is because if you can think of 10 things for each of these, you are going to have tons of content that you can post. So try and stretch yourself and write down 10 things. Okay, the next one. Then number 3 is their daily thoughts, patterns, and behaviors. So what's happening in their real life that reflects the problem that they have. So this is where you actually get into, these are things that they are actually doing that's keeping them stuck and that they don't enjoy doing. So it reflects their problem in their daily actions. So for example, as a weight loss coach's client, it could be pulling on 3 outfits before leaving the house. It could be looking at old photos and thinking, I wish I still looked like that. It could be ordering a salad when the family goes out for dinner and resenting it. It could be that they are getting dressed in the dark because they don't want their husband or spouse or anyone to see them getting dressed. They are embarrassed about their bodies. It could be standing in front of the mirror and turning sideways to suck her stomach in again to see what that maybe would look like if she lost the weight. For the business coach's client, it could be sitting in front of their laptop for an hour and posting nothing because they can't think of what they need to say. It could be opening Canva, wanting to create an Instagram carousel, and just being stuck in analysis paralysis where they have no idea how to create it or structure the carousel. It could be reading everyone else's success stories and spiraling into comparison. It could be watching someone live launch and thinking, why can't I do that? Why is that not me? I've been in this industry for a long time. I've been doing the work. Why am I not successful yet? It could be rewriting their bio for the third time this week. By the way, tomorrow we are fixing bios, and that's part of tomorrow's training. So don't go rewrite it today, please. We are doing it tomorrow. So like I said, it could be rewriting their bio for the third time this week, trying to get it just perfect. And then it could be replaying coaching calls in their head. It could be coaching call replays instead of implementing. So they go back and they watch the thing over and over and over again, but they don't implement. So think about how these problems are showing up in the actions your clients do every day. I know another one for my clients, for example, is that they reactively create offers. They think creating more offers is going to give them more money when in actual fact it's not. So what they do are they are stuck in create, sell, deliver, repeat. Create, sell, deliver, repeat over and over and over. And I know that's something that they do. I've had to call one of my clients out on it recently, and I'm like, you're creating another thing? And eventually she came back to me. She's like, well, fuck, thank you for calling me out because I was about to go back into that spiral of doing that. So think about what's happening in their real life that reflects the problem. And then the hidden costs. So what is the problem stealing from them? And it depends on in which industry you are in, but it could be confidence, freedom, presence with their kids, sex drive, joy, their ability to breathe, their belief in themselves. It could be confidence in like their ability to make money online. It could be costing them freedom in their lives. Like for my ideal clients, I know them being stuck in a cycle of create, deliver, repeat, create, sell, deliver, repeat, create, sell, deliver, repeat. They don't have time for anything else. They want an offer that makes it easy for them to have freedom, where they can go and travel, where they can have more freedom, more time with their kids, where they can take summer or Decembers off and not have to worry about money because they've stacked their group program to generate someone's drawing. You're not allowed to draw. This always happens in trainings. Don't worry. I'll take it away in a sec. So I want you to really think about what is the problem stealing from them. Okay. Da-da-dum. Let's remove the drawing. It happens when you are on your phone. I've done that. I've attended a training on my phone before and I scribbled on the entire screen. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Because it says who's drawing. I'm like, no. Has that ever happened to any of you? No? Only me? Okay, and then let me see. That was me. Sorry, I didn't notice. It's okay. I've done that so many times. Honestly, I have done that a lot. More than I care to admit. Okay, and then number 5 is the deep desire. So what do they actually want underneath the surface? So, like I said, my ideal clients want a scalable group offer that generates 10K months. But why do they want those 10K months? What's the desire underneath the surface? Like I said earlier, they want to be able to take more time off. They don't want to spend all that time working. They want to have a scalable business. They want to have predictable income that allows them to never have to worry about making money ever again. They can go to the grocery store and never look at another price again because they've got an overflow of money coming in every single month. So, and as an example, no one just wants more clients. Why do they want more clients? What is the reason why they want more clients? They want to stop feeling like they are spending all day doing work with no sales to show for it. They want the relief of knowing that their work is wanted, needed, and it helps people. They want to make money without feeling like they are constantly having to prove themselves. They want to have more clients because they want to provide for their families. There's a reason why people want more clients and they want to make more money. It's not just to have the money sit in your bank account. Although savings, that's good, but you know what I mean. And then no one wants to just lose 10 kilograms or 10 pounds or whatever. They want to stop avoiding mirrors. They want to feel sexy again. They want to enjoy food and still feel powerful in their bodies. They want to feel excited about summer and to spend days on the beach in their bikini. They want to wear clothes that actually fit and stop wearing oversized hoodies and t-shirts. They want to feel good in their skin again. They want to feel confident. So I want you to think about all of that deep desire. And like I said, try to think of 10. Over here, I said 5. In the workbook, I'm pushing you to do 10 because I can give you more feedback if you do a little bit more. So just ignore the 5 and let's make it 10. I'm pushing you. So again, like I said, write the exact problem that they think they are trying to solve. This is in your workbook. What emotional toll is it taking on them? What's happening in their real life that reflects the problem? What is the problem stealing from them? And then what do they actually want under the surface result? All right. So that is going to be your homework. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can see you guys. Hello, all my beautiful people. I'm so happy to see your faces again. That makes me really happy. Hi, everyone. I hate it when it's just me in the corner, then I can see no one. But I'm also trying to be really respectful and not make you guys appear on the replays. So, because it's so weird. Like, imagine a year from now, someone watches it and there's you. um, Let me see. No, but that's funny. Yeah, I've drawn on the screen more times than I like to admit. Yeah, about the weight loss too. Same. I missed yesterday. Was there a workbook for day 1? Yes, there was. It did go out over email. I will pop me a DM, please, on Facebook, Pauline, and just say workbook, and I'll make sure I send it to you. This all makes so much sense. Yay. Did this make sense, guys? Like, let me know. Let me know if all good, you're good. Do you feel confident in your ideal client? Yes, amazing. I just want to, oh my goodness. I just want to get your show up live bonus for day 2, show up live. Let me get the link. Copy the link. There we go. Okay, I'm going to drop your show up live bonus in the chat. Just please quickly let me know if you can open it. It should work. It's got the permissions set. Roberta, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask me all the questions.
Okay, thank you. Hi again. Thanks for the information for today.
You're welcome.
I have a question regarding the client diagnosis framework number 1, the external problem, where it's written, this is a thing that you would type into Google or say to a friend. So this, if I recall correctly, you said that we have to put ourselves in our shoes of what our clients would type into, for example, Instagram, to find a channel that provides what they need.
Yes.
I recently saw an Instagram post saying that there was, the guy was being very secretive about it. I guess that was what you call the hook, because I'm still a newbie with all these terms, where he was saying Google doesn't want you to know this, and there's this answer something, and you can put in the topic you're in. So, for example, in my case, it's Montessori advice for toddlers, well, for parents of toddlers. And then it brings up all the questions that people have actually typed into the system. And it gives you a pie chart and all sorts of things. It takes ages to load up. But I'm not sure if that's kind of what you would get you don't get those kind of things in ChatGPT, I presume. You can't.
You can use my custom GPT and ask it the question. Did you get the link to the custom GPT?
I
I just
did.
post. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
The GPT is for the work we did today. It's based on my own framework. It did glitch out yesterday, so I'm crossing my fingers it works today. Um, but okay, so that comes down to doing market research. If you are like very, very new and you haven't had clients who you've worked with, doing market research is really important. So, what you could do is go look at your competitors. Have you ever done like a competitor analysis to see what they are doing and what they are talking about and what they are selling, what people are saying in the comments?
To the last part, no, but there I am following channels of one or two ladies who are Montessori trainers and guides, certified, and they've worked in the business for 20 years, and they're doing exactly what I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was something you said at the beginning, or the main thing I understood also from the Carry AI workshop that I was in, which is to find what works and then you do you kind of thing in the same
Yeah,
manner as that person, not with the same, not copy pasting exactly what they've done, but just to be ourselves. Because I think, as you said yesterday, which was where we might have doubts about whether we should be making money and are there clients for me, but all things considered, I have the issue, as I mentioned, that I have a school here that I
mm-hmm.
opened. Nobody's coming, but the only clients that can come to the school are from this region.
Region, yeah.
When
Yeah,
I'm
that makes sense.
online, the world is, what was the expression in the bygone days? It was the world is your oyster.
Yes,
So there's
exactly.
billions of people on the planet. And like you said, they just have to connect with you. And that's why you
Yeah.
have to do you.
Yes.
For me, it's the question of all, you've used other terms that yesterday it was, because I'm learning all this low ticket offer funnel.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else you used today. I don't even know what it means.
That is
So,
okay. Remember, one thing I want you to remember is everyone starts at zero. And I promise you, when I started in the online industry, I didn't know what those things meant either. So, one thing for anyone here who's struggling with anything, my DMs are open. If there's a word or something that I say and it isn't clear, there's no such thing as a stupid question in my world. Ask me the question, and I'm very happy to explain and answer it. Um, okay, so where did she go? Is she still here, Roberta? Oh, you are. You just shifted on the screen. I was like, oh my goodness, did you go away? Okay. So the first thing I want you to do is, like I said, have you done any ideal client like market research? Gone to look at what they are saying, what they are struggling with, what outcomes people are providing in their programs, and what solutions your competitors are providing. Also, go into the chat in the comment section of posts that do really well for your competitors. Look if people are asking questions. That's a really good way for you to just get insights into what your people are struggling with.
mhm. I mean, to be honest, I only started my channel, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and I was consistent because I understood consistency is key with posting the first ones, and I alternated between, let's say, theory and quotes by Montessori, which I stood behind putting something lower down in the caption.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, I don't have an issue with putting myself out there, so I made videos of myself. Sometimes I had to re-record them, or I had listened to them again, thinking, they weren't perfect, or not so much with the background and lighting and all that, but what I was saying, to be
Yeah.
clear. But to be honest, I haven't looked yet at the research because I thought if I'm going to do me anyway, and I'm not giving, um, I'm trying, I'm not actually giving a subjective opinion on something. I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving an informed information to parents who don't understand what their child's minds are going through at some point in time. And that's based off what I studied about Maria Montessori's discoveries.
So, one thing that I want you to think, you can start thinking about it now, and we can talk about that in tomorrow's session for social media. But instead, focusing heavily on what's going on in the child's mind, I also want you to think about talking to the behaviors that show up that the parents are, I wouldn't, maybe concerned or worried about, or it's frustrating to them, because that's the problem that you solve. Like I said, figuring out what's going on in the child's mind is the process. You need to think about the problem that you are solving. Like, how is it showing up in their day-to-day life? The behaviors of the child, maybe. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but think about, like, do the children have certain behaviors or meltdowns or tantrums or anything that's frustrating to the parents and they don't know how to handle it, perhaps? Speaking to those things, like things that are actually happening in their day-to-day life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I want you to think about that as well. But for now, I want you to go look at the people that you follow, your competitors. Go see if there's any
Hmm.
information that you can gather from the comment section specifically. And like I said, this is not to like take what they are doing, but you can get such valuable insights by seeing what people are asking, what your ideal clients are asking, and maybe saying that they are struggling with certain things that will help you create content as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Amazing. You're welcome. Abigail, you can go for it.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So I had mentioned this in the chat, but I am brand new to all this. I'm starting in I'm starting in I'm starting in um online copywriting business,
Yeah.
but I also want to do um manuscript work as well um as well as translations for people. Um is this too niche? Am I offering too much? Um and as such, if not sure if my idea fits into a who or a what type of platform. I'm kind of thinking both. I
It could be both.
I
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So you said you do copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what type of copywriting do you do?
Um I'm not sure yet because I've only been doing online workshops and doing spec ads for myself to make sure that I know what the flip I'm trying to do here. I come from um I I come from a quote unquote uh traditional style writing background. I have
Mhm.
a BA um in English, so this would be first my first attempt writing um for other for other small small businesses to help them improve their website copy, their own sales offers, to help them put more of their own excuse me
Okay.
personality into their own business.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is too niche or if this is
That is
something that can be expanded upon.
definitely not too niche. I've got a client that does copywriting for websites and she does really well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would probably recommend if you are just starting out, I would actually go and choose one specific thing. So for example, it could be I improve the copy on your sales pages so that it converts higher, or I improve the copy on your website, to bring more people into your offers so that people are actually enticed by what's on the website. That is what I would focus on in the beginning stages. And that's just for you to start building up, gaining confidence, and getting your work out there. And then you can expand as you go. As you get more clients, as you get, more comfortable doing the things, it's going to be easier for you when you focus right now on one specific thing and you become known for that. Eventually you can broaden and go out into different things. But because you are newer, you want to carve out like a portion of the market for yourself where people are like, oh, Abigail does copywriting for websites to make them higher converting. That is a really great way for you to stand out because you'll be known for that specific thing. For now, I
Okay.
wouldn't focus on trying to do too many things because you'll be known for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
I think so.
Amazing. But the group is there if you have any other questions or you want me to expand on any of that as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your
You're
time.
welcome. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right. Who was next? Jackie. Hot seat.
Yeah, I couldn't find the button. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you know why I didn't tell you how to find the button? Because I don't know either. So,
So my question is, uh, how to niche specifically. In the past, I started running a business, sort of like helping mums get their spark back, and then I had to stop for about 5 years or so because my son was unwell, and he's all good now, and I'm moving back, and I'm kind of in a different place. So I'm sort of like trying to go, oh, right, I had it all locked down. Well, I partially locked down before, and now I've got to sort of like, I'm older and my kids are older and all of that stuff. And should I really be speaking just to what I can speak to? So my sort of background alongside of being a stay-at-home mum for the last 20 years has been sort of like NLP coaching, energy healing, therapeutic sort of stuff. And I've had a lot of success with the people that I have worked with, 5-8 years ago. And I have also just started a podcast this year, back in May, which I'm actually really enjoying. So I'm sort of like using that as like trying to get my feet back in the game, and working out who's even listening to me. And it's a case of I really struggle with the languaging of what I offer and how, for me, I lost myself completely in early motherhood and have done periodically in various places when there's been crises in my children with diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm aware I'm rambling.
It's okay.
So I'm trying to sort of like, do I nail it down just to mums over, perimenopausal sort of age? Or do I niche it even further that are feeling a bit lost? Do I niche it even further down to the ones that didn't go back into the career that, they may have the education for and all of that sort of thing?
So they've maybe lost themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
That is a very viable niche. Like you said, you lost yourself in motherhood. I want you to think about what that felt like and how that showed up for you in your life. Like, how did you feel? So basically, and this goes for anyone here, if you are your own ideal client, you can use yourself and your past self, like how you felt, the thoughts you were thinking, the feelings you were feeling, how it showed up in your everyday actions. What did you do? How did you feel? Because if you are your own ideal client. So as a result, you can talk to those things and it's going to resonate with people. So Jackie, I want you to think about like when you said you lost yourself in motherhood, how did that show up for you? Like, in your energy, in your life, in your day-to-day life, like actions, how you were feeling, all the things. And I mean, if that work lights you up and you enjoy it, do it. I don't think you need to go even further and be that you need to say perimenopausal or a certain age range, because I know my cousin lost herself in motherhood and she's only 23. So I don't think it's necessary for you to go deeper into like a specific age or anything like that. And that is a problem that a lot of people face.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
Lacey.
what I was wondering is because early motherhood was quite a way back for me now. Yeah, there's a part of me that's thinking I kind of moved on from the nappies and the toddlers and the bedtime struggles and all of that, and that I'm in a different place, and I have been in a different place for quite a few years with teenagers rather than little ones. And that the worst of the losing of myself was back when I was sorry, you suddenly popped to a different side of the screen. Was when they were little ones. I had postnatal depression with my second child, and that just feels like such a long time ago now. I'm not sure that I'm confident or equipped to speak to that, if you know what I mean. I can do if someone 23-year-old came to me, but it's so far back in my history now that I feel like I might be in a different place to.
Okay, so in the different place that you are in right now, what can you help people with?
I suppose what I have been doing with my podcast, which is normalizing the feeling of struggling with identity of who am I? I've just been at home with the kids and, bloody hell, I spent all that money on getting a degree and I haven't used it and all of that sort of FOMO, but just identity of I have been mum. I don't need to be mum quite so intensely now.
Yeah, so to get their spark back.
Yeah, exactly that. That's why.
Get their zest back for life and get themselves out there and live life. Get their spark back. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is a really great niche to be in. Yeah. And if you are passionate about that, I wouldn't say that you need to niche even further down into anything. That is very valid. I'm sure some mothers here would say that, do we have any moms? Raise your hands. And there we go. The FOMO from not using degrees, I feel that. See, there we go. And with that reminded me, if you guys want to do any market research, post in the Facebook group that I created for the bootcamp, by the way. Ask your questions in there. You can use the Facebook group. There's so many wonderful people in there. So Jackie, even if you want to go in there and ask some moms, like, do they resonate with this message? What comes up for them when you say this? How do they feel? Ask the questions, do the market research. And I can say that to everyone here, the best way for you to nail down what you are going to do and how you are going to position yourself is to do the market research and find out what people are saying. But Jackie, if you are lit up with that topic, and I know it's a viable niche, people are teaching that very successfully. People have group offers around that. They do one-to-one coaching. You've got a wonderful podcast about it. So go for it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hot seat, please. Heather, you can go for the hot seat. Let me just see if I missed anyone. This chat went like wrong time, Okay, reactions. Let me just see hot seat. Heather, you can go for the hot seat. Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too. How are you doing?
I'm all right. So this day in particular was really like my main interest point because I'm kind of in a weird zone around my niche and around my ideal client in that I've initially been building it around the concept of chronic illness because that's really inspired me to move my business online and took me out
Yeah.
of my long-standing hands-on practice as a massage therapist and acupuncturist. Um, and so the experience has sucked a lot and also been really inspiring because that's chronic illness for you. But I also have over 400 emails from when I was on hands-on practice. And so not all of those people have chronic illness. And as I've kind of been building my program out, I'm realizing that it's really something that could benefit anyone that has had their identity shaken, not just by a chronic illness necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but life circumstances or just that kind of gradual loss of self that happens as you chew through days and routines.
Yeah.
And so in that way, I'm kind of like, well, do I stick with the chronic illness bit? Or do I try to crack it open a little wider to invite that wider crew of people that would benefit from the things that I'm creating? And I mean, I'm getting crickets even on my freebie. Like I have the first two levels of my funnel built, and I'm currently building the third level, which will lead to my kind of signature offer. And that
Mm-hmm.
whole thing each piece builds on the next. But yeah, I don't know what to do with the niching and the ideal client piece. And
I don't think you need to solely focus on chronic illness. Because like you said, it's basically a problem that you are solving. So it's not only people with chronic illnesses who have that problem.
right.
So you can definitely broaden it if you want to. I know some clients of mine who struggle with that and they don't have chronic illnesses. So it's the messaging that will resonate with them. Like I said, with all the work we did today about painting that picture for them. So if you don't only want to speak to people who have chronic illnesses, you don't have to.
I think the main thing that I say with that is it's like we're all going to have chronic illnesses one day. And so well, not necessarily chronic, but like at some point in life, a change in health status is coming down the
Yeah,
pipe for literally all of
absolutely.
us. And so these are
Absolutely.
skills and perspectives that are really helpful at weathering storms of that nature. And so yeah, it's I don't know. The online world is a weird place to do
Oh,
business compared to community marketing and word of mouth. And
yeah, for sure. For sure it is, but we roll with the punches and we love it. So
absolutely.
that is okay. No, but if you don't only want to speak to people with chronic illnesses, one thing I will say, it is really hard if you speak to only people with chronic illnesses because that sometimes creates inaction in your programs and in your spaces. Um, so I mean, I wouldn't like I get chronic migraines, but I wouldn't like identify as someone with a chronic illness, for
No,
example, you
and it's
know?
not healthy to attach so much of your identity to
Yeah.
that piece either, right?
Yes.
But a lot of people have something similar to that, where it's
Yes.
definitely a part of their life and they've had to adapt to it in a huge range of ways.
Yes.
But yeah, the niche piece is not my favorite.
Okay. So I want you to do the work and post it in
Yes.
the Facebook group when I do the feedback thread, and I can come and help you a little bit more with that as well. But sit with it and think, do you want to only speak to people with chronic illnesses, or do you want to move away from that and instead solve the more general problem, which can, pertain to really anyone in that
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Amazing. Let me see. Who said they want a hot seat? I just want to see that I didn't miss it. Neurodivergent creators, is that a decent niche? Absolutely, it is. Yes. And you are welcome. All right. Ashley, you can go for it. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I missed anyone, please just drop hot seats in the chat again for me, please. Okay, Ashley.
Hi.
Hi.
Um, so I have been trying to start coaching for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and niching has been a really hard thing. And I guess it probably has been because everyone's been telling me to make an avatar, and I think those are stupid.
Yeah,
Um,
they are.
um, and until recently, I haven't really felt like I might be my ideal client, but now I am, uh, in a way, leading myself there, I guess, or
Mhm.
coming to that conclusion that maybe what I want to coach around is something I've dealt with. So I think I'm leaning more into the problem
Mhm.
side of things. And so I do human design and I read tarot, and I've been in coaching courses. I guess where the disconnect for me is like I have these ideas around confidence, because as a person in a bigger body, I've had other people ask me how I how I'm confident. So like drawing on that experience and um, teaching myself how to be more me. Um,
Mhm. Yeah.
so I want to coach around that sort of thing, but I don't. It's like when I sit down to think about it and like write it out, it doesn't it falls flat. Um, like, are people actually looking for confidence strategies? Um,
Yes. So one thing I would say when it comes to things like selling confidence, I would really narrow it down into something more specific. Like, I had a client 2 years ago, and she also did like human design and confidence, and she helped them confidently show up in lives like trainings on video camera, using their human design energy. And I don't know much about human design, but like their energy centers and all sorts of things. And she does really well. So if you want to teach confidence, nail it down to something specific, because confidence in itself is too broad. Like if you say to me, like, I've got certain areas, like I'm really confident to be sitting here talking to you guys. There can be 500 people here, and I have got absolutely no problem with that. But put me on a live stage, that's different. So, like, there's a program that I want to invest in next year to help me build my confidence on an actual stage. Um, and just also confidence, like in my body, to be on a stage and to feel like myself and to give a really great presentation and engage the room. That's the confidence I want. I don't have any other confidence issues. So if you talk about confidence in general, that is going to be too broad. You need to speak about something specific that people want to get confident in. Maybe it's getting using your human design to build your confidence to be visible on social media. That's a big one people struggle with, is the confidence to show up on social media. Um,
okay. Would is self confidence more niche? I guess.
I wouldn't say so, because self-confidence to me is very similar to just having confidence. Like self-confidence in what? Like confidence in themselves to do what? Or
It's
sorry?
it's for me. It's a basic thing. I think women need more confidence in themselves just to be, not
Okay,
necessarily
so
to be
confidence
a
to
better
be
mom.
themselves in their bodies,
Okay.
in their minds. Like, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so having confidence in their body and just being themselves without the weight of the world being like, why aren't you skinnier? Or why Are you
Yes.
bigger? All those things. That is absolutely a very viable niche.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, he translated it for my brain. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are welcome. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, yes, it was. Thank you very much.
Amazing. You're welcome. Does anyone else want a hot seat? Oh, hot seat. Evelyn, hi again. You can unmute yourself.
Hi. Um,
Hey.
yeah, so I've been in business for almost 10 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm ready I think I've shared yesterday that I've been doing one-on-one work and I want to
Mm-hmm.
do one-to-many or at least some sort of scalable thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I approach differently than other piano teachers is that I also work with the whole family, or at least my heart is working with a family because it's the family dynamic that gets damaged when parents don't know how to um, like engage their children in the practice at home, like a daily
Mm-hmm.
thing, right? Or how to encourage them, how to give them a structure, give them,
Yeah.
motivation
Mm-hmm.
to, like when the kids come to say, "Oh, I'm gonna quit. This is too hard." Like, do the parents know what to say? Because a lot of them be like, "Oh, really? I paid all this money for you, and now you do this, right?" And it damages a lot of relationships. And my heart is for the families to be close and loving and connected
Mm-hmm.
instead of being damaged. And I think a lot of this, I can't just work with the children to help with that. I think I need to help with the parents in order to make this happen. And so I think I've struggled so hard the last 10 years because I'm not sure, like, do I target the parents as like a whole target, like avatar, or am I also tying the kids into it?
How old are the kids?
That I work with, they range from 3-year-olds to like teenagers.
Okay. So,
Hmm.
as a rule of thumb, for anyone who works with children, you will always target the parents because they have the spending power and they make
Hmm.
the decisions, obviously. So, what was your idea to have in a one-to-many offer? Like, how would you facilitate it in a one-to-many offer?
I had a few different ideas around that. One is a parent mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
So the moms will get together like once a month or so, and then I'll teach a concept that they can engage and practice on their own. And
Mm-hmm.
then we'll also have like, kind of put them on a hot seat, like who has an issue that they want to bring up this time, and everybody else kind of shares their experience or problem solve with that person, like a couple of
Mm-hmm.
hot seat options. So that's like one option is like a monthly or biweekly mom's mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other option, the other offer that I was thinking is just have teach the kids, right? Because I also teach the kids like mindset tools and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they need as they learn a new skill and they have challenges. They need the mindset piece in order to overcome them and become like have longevity in their new endeavor. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was thinking it could also be like a kids, like my students' master class once a month or so, something like
What
that.
if you were to combine them? So you mainly focus on the kids because I'm assuming they need to practice and, like you said, the mindset part of that.
Hmm.
But then you incorporate something fun for the moms where it's like once a month, there's a hot seat for the moms where they can come together and it's like a wine and piano night where they talk about where you guys go all over all their questions that they have, hot seat coaching, so you make it's like an exclusive things for the moms where they can come to that,
Hmm.
but the rest of the program is for the children.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, so that sounds like an in-person offer more so than a online offer. Or could
Oh
it be
no,
both?
you could do it online.
Bring their own wine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Okay.
oh, wine and wine. You know, it could
Okay.
be. I mean, that's really fun. If I had a child and they were playing piano, I would definitely sign up for that. That sounds like so much fun.
Uh-huh.
Um, so the program is for the children, and that way you
Hmm.
can maybe, if you could incorporate some form of like curriculum or master classes or some short bite-sized lessons that they could go through.
Hmm.
And then you've got the live master classes for the children in there, like maybe say once or twice a month.
Hmm.
And then once a month, you've got this session where all the moms can come together and then you help them help their children and you help with that family dynamic and everything and answer questions.
Hmm. Mm, okay. Thank you.
What do
I
you
think I
think?
like that. I like that.
I
So,
think that sounds really good.
yeah, to clarify, it is a once or twice a month like students masterclass where
Mm-hmm.
I teach them either the piano, like music related specific things,
Mm-hmm.
and or mindset, kind of other personal mastery type
Yeah.
of things. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's a curriculum with, certain topics already mapped out through the year
Yeah.
or 6 months or whatever timeline I have. And then once a month I also throw in the mom's time.
Yeah.
But that's with their students in it or without them. It's just the moms.
I would say have that just for the moms where they can come. Like you said, you
Yeah.
want to do a session for the moms where it's like maybe a
Yeah.
little bit of mindset and all the things.
Hmm.
So in that session, it's just for the moms. It's like
Mm.
a child-free mom session once a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like a girls' night out, but
Yeah, exactly. That's
still
what I
like
was
being
thinking. Yeah.
a productive mom's like personal growth
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
and
exactly.
bonding party. Yeah. Okay.
I love the
Oh.
idea of that. It sounds so much fun.
It does. It sounds less pressure than what I had in mind, which is actually like parent coaching, which to
Yeah.
me sounds like a high stakes, like it could get serious. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know
exactly.
if I want to give advice to the moms per se. It's a lot, because when we're talking about, oh, I'm going to tell you how to be a better parent, it's
Yeah,
really different energy
it
than,
is, right?
right?
It is.
Yeah.
Instead of like bringing the collective together and everyone bounces ideas off each other, they share their challenges. I mean, sometimes a mom also just wants to go and they just want to vent. They're like, you know what? I'm so over this. I need to talk to someone. And that's what you do
Mm-hmm.
in that session. And
Mm-hmm.
like, who said that? Jackie said, and once you've got the moms totally on board, you'll barely need to sell the rest of it. Absolutely.
Mm,
I think
okay.
that's a really good idea.
So, okay, then I guess I'll run with that. And in terms of structure and pricing, I'm sure there's a future session
Yes.
for that.
Next week we
So,
are doing the entire offer creation session.
yeah,
So you think about it for now, and then next week
yeah,
we bring it all together.
yeah.
But I really like that idea.
Yes. But I feel like the moms have different issues. If their children are 3 or if they're 16, the moms are going to have.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Mm,
would recommend that you choose, yeah, and also your program would be different. So you're going to have to choose maybe like say for that a specific age range where the
okay.
problems that they have are similar.
Yeah. Got it. So like almost kind of like just pick like a narrow down a group that I want to begin this program with, and then
Yes.
maybe later allow like a peripheral, age groups to
Absolutely.
come in. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, that sounds
wonderful.
good. That sounds
Ooh, thank
amazing.
you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Someone had their hand up. Who was it? Someone had their hand
It
up.
was me, but I chickened out.
Oh, you're not you are not allowed to chicken out. Come back. Come back
I'm
here.
sorry. It's a silly question. I know you said there's no such thing, but it's almost a joke, really. But it's just that, so I teach French as a foreign language,
Mhm.
and all of my students live in France. Some of them I see online. Some of them they're half like between France and the US. They're all native English speakers. And recently, what happens if people contact you and your niche kind of formed on itself, so to speak, and you're not super happy with it? Because I'm super patient and whatever my students need and everything. But recently I've been contacted and it was so cute of him. He actually described himself as a geriatric expat.
Oh, cute.
Okay, and super cute, but I was like, I cannot have just 70 plus students because I also like to go fast. And when I have those students, I have to explain like the internet to them as well. So like, it's okay and I love them, but how can I maybe change it so that, can I have like young couples instead who want to change their lives, like someone who's moving because of their job or something. I don't know.
That's going to come across in your messaging. Where did he find you?
There's an international bookshop here, and I just put a little piece of paper.
Okay. So that is why someone who's like, that's going to happen in person. Yeah. Online, when you start thinking about your group offer and you want to sell that, it's the way you are going to talk about it, the specific solution that you are providing for them. And also you talk about who's the ideal fit for this offer.
Yep. It's
I mean,
obvious
you
now that you
can't
said
say
it.
no 70-year-old geriatric men, but
There's an age limit. Okay, yeah, no, it's obvious that the piece of paper, like I'm old in my head already for doing this. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's obvious. Thank you.
that is so funny though. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
It's
it's
all
gonna
clear.
happen when you have, like on billboards and things, like little where you go put your number and stuff, that's bound to happen. Like if it's just
You're right.
because they can't really tell much about you from just a piece of paper. You know?
True. I'm not in the right space as well. Like, yes, the online space. Yes, we're doing this. This is happening. Thank you very much.
It's happening.
Thank you ever
By
so much.
February. Or I'm on a
Yes.
plane.
That's not the best threat because it would be awesome, but no, get it. Like, yes,
Okay,
it is
how
happening in
about
February.
how about if you launch it by February, I will come and celebrate with you in France.
Oh, that's even better. Positive reinforcement. Yes, it is happening now. I've decided. Thank you very much. I'm just
Amazing.
putting the rosé in the fridge.
There we go. I'll be on my way
Thank
soon.
you.
You're
Happy.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All righty. Anyone else? Anna, go for it. Hi. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Cool. So, I would appreciate to use this time to be sure that my ideal client or the niche is specific enough, because until now I've only been working in person and this is really different.
Okay.
And maybe there is still time to go when I will specify this, but I'm now in this program and I would love to use this time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I work mostly with women, and when I think of all the women that I've attracted until now, they are all women that don't feel connected with their bodies enough, which is related to the lack of self-confidence. They don't feel, I think, fulfilled in their jobs. Maybe they also have problems with sex appetite. It might happen. And these all things are connected in the body. It's all one thing.
Yeah.
And yeah. And when I want to step into the online space with this, yeah, and I work with voice. So and it's a very specific method, modality using voice that is quite new. It's partly what I've learned myself, and then what I've learned from Belgian guy. And I'm wondering if being focused on these types of women and offer them to solve these problems with their voice, if this is enough, specific enough or not.
Have you had clients in that niche?
Yes, all my clients are in that niche. All my
Okay, well then
in-person
you
clients.
validated it. Yeah, for sure. If
Yes,
it's
but
yeah.
because it was in-person work, I'm wondering if in online it works the same as in person. You know, that these type of people, I've attracted them in person because probably I've gone through all these things, so that's what I have to offer.
Yeah.
But if it is enough to communicate it this way in the online world.
Yes, I think so. And just a quick question, can you package what you do into a framework? Like it's like a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 kind of thing where you work, because if you want to work in a group, it's important that you can take people through a process. And it might just be something that you need to sit with a little bit until next week when we do the group offer session, like the training for the offer itself, because we will be talking about frameworks. But thinking about, like, can you put it into a step-by-step framework? Like, so if you've got a group of 10 women coming to you and they all have, the lack of self-confidence and maybe like their sex drive is low because of that feeling that they have, the lack of that confidence in themselves and their bodies. What is a process you could walk 10 women through at the same time so they get to the same end result?
Yeah.
And then obviously using this voice protocol, I'm not familiar with it, but using that protocol or modality with them. So what I want you to think about is how can you take it step by step by step by step and guide them through it to get to the end result where they feel that confidence again and they feel good in their skin and in their body and they've got their sex drive back and they are just, they are back to themselves. That is the first thing I would do, is think about how you could just take a piece of paper and brain dump it from they are here right now. This is how they are feeling. And this is where they want to be. And what are the stepping stones that they need to take to get to that end result? And then you look at how you can package that into a group program. Because I will say to you, most modalities can be taught online. Yeah. Does that help?
Yes, partly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, but where's the but? Tell me the but.
Yeah, what's on my mind? Because there is a 1 year course in my mind, and I know on this my experience that different English is not my first.
It's okay. Don't worry.
And I'm very tired. I have 2 little kids, and this is very.
It's a lot of brain work. I know.
Yes, and it's late. But I know that if your this step-by-step process, this is something that you think that I would need to show them that this works in a limited frame of time, or make this step-by-step or list these steps for myself to know that this is the path that I will walk them through in that 1 year program. This is what I would need to know to if you mean that I will walk them through this process in short, let's say in 1 hour workshop, or this is the step-by-step protocol for 1 year.
Okay.
What did you mean?
I would say longer term. For anything like that, it takes longer. I'm going to give you an example of Scalable Offer Academy, which is my program. Now it's a teaching program, which is a little bit different. But like I've got the modules, right? So module 1, people can go through module 1, They've got action steps and work that I give them to go and do. They get feedback on their work. I answer their questions. Then they progress to module 2. So they get access for 6 months to the program, to the support, to my support, but they get lifetime access to to the curriculum, all of the lessons and the modules and things inside. But they've got my support for 6 months, so they can move at their own pace, but I am there to meet them at the pace they can move at.
Yeah.
So if they do module 1, and I'm there to help and guide them through module 1, whereas one of my other clients might be on module 3 already, and that's okay. I can support them as well. So you've got the framework that people walk through. That's like a baseline of information that people need it's information they need to know in order to achieve the end result. And then in like your weekly or bi-weekly hot seat sessions or coaching sessions, that's where everyone comes together and you help them move forward. You help them with their questions and supporting them in what they need. Does that make sense?
Yes, this makes sense. And then for me, there is another layer, and I need to think of that more, is that I realize that I live in Central Europe, and the seasons, they energetically attract our focus on a specific somatic thing also in a year. For example, now when it's colder and it becomes colder, it's we are really drawn to the core of our being, to the roots of our existence, and it requires, or it offers a specific topics, like life topics, and specific work with those people. So for me, it's very logical to, if I take this 1-year program, to focus, for example, from November to February on these topics and this specific somatic work using the voice.
Yes.
In April, March, or another thing. So I'm just wondering how, if your principle is actually, if it works for myself, but I think I really need more time to, it will become clearer.
Yes.
When I
So
spend more
you
time
can
with that.
absolutely do the seasonal stuff. I do seasonal things inside of my program as well. Like mine's obviously a little bit different because I teach business. But like I will teach things around the holiday, like clients for Christmas, how to sign clients during Christmas and Black Friday. So I do seasonal things inside Scalable Offer Academy as well. And that's really nice to keep people engaged. I still have my core curriculum, so the core lessons and the core modules. And then I bring in fun things to keep them engaged and excited and moving forward, however that looks, So for you, if you want to do anything different inside of your program for the people inside, like let's say you've got 20 women inside, and in winter you want to and you can use a different modality then and bring it in and be like, we're going to do this thing to make you get out of like the winter blues and make you feel excited and energized again during winter. You can do things like that in your program.
Yeah, but there must be a core principle that enables people that enter in any period.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I understand. So if someone joins today and if someone joins in 3 months from now, they need to be able to go through the framework. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Amazing. I want to see over here. Let me see. Someone said something's not working. What is not working? Somebody said something is not working. Hannah, that was you. I seem to be having the same problem with the bonuses. I get a blank screen. Are you still getting a blank screen? Hannah, are you still here? I don't know if she's still here. It doesn't seem like it. Let me see. I didn't see the bonus screen yesterday. Okay, I will send it to you. If there's any problem with any of the Show Up Live bonuses, just send me a DM. I downloaded the bonus. No problem with both days, okay. Today's worked amazing. All right. All righty, everyone. Wow, we've still got, after an hour and 45 minutes, we've still got 32 of you here. I'm so happy about that. Okay, tomorrow, you do not want to miss tomorrow. We are doing your entire social media success visibility strategy. You've got a really cool Show Up Live bonus coming tomorrow. If you are here right now and your bonus is not working, please just send me a DM on Facebook. My DMs are open. If you have any questions, all the things, let me know. I'm going to go and I'm going to post the homework thread now so you can do your homework in there. And then on Friday and over the weekend, I'll be answering homework and asking questions and giving feedback and all the things. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye.